Hola amigos, bienvenidos. Welcome friends to the Language Tutor. Now today I have a lesson for you that's going to be really beneficial if you're a student in high school, middle school, or if you're an educator, maybe you're even a school leader. I want to give you words today that allow you to talk about school subjects and your class schedules and times and things like that. And we've already learned time and we've learned some other supplemental words that we're going to bring in today that'll help you just talk about all your classes and what they're like and what the teachers like and what time those classes are. So it's going to be a really interesting and helpful lesson today. Let's get started. So I hope you have your cuaderno and your lápiz or your pluma, and let's get ready to write down some words that have to do with school subjects. All right, so first of all, let's look at this word here. I'm going to give you two words for school subjects. The first one is asignaturas. Asignaturas. Now that means just school subjects in general. Now I'm going to give you another word that it means the same thing, asignaciones. Asignaciones. Now again, we know, we've talked about before, that when you go to different countries, you're going to have different words used different ways. Even in English, we see that when we go to Great Britain or somewhere, Australia, they're using English words differently than we do, right? So the same thing. So asignaturas and asignaciones mean the same thing. Now let's get some specific school subjects now. We'll get some basic ones today, just to get you started talking about things in general. First of all, we have matemáticas. Matemáticas. Okay, and that's mathematics. I knew you already knew that, right? And notice though, there's no H in that word. So it looks a lot like the English, and sometimes we want to accidentally write that H in there, but it's just matemáticas. Now, science, we don't really say science in Spanish, we say sciences. So this word is plural, and it is ciencias. Ciencias. Now, for social studies, there are two different ways to say this, depending on where you are. Social studies can be social studies or social sciences. So first of all, studies social is what we'll say. Estudios sociales. Estudios sociales. That means social studies. But now also you might hear someone say ciencias sociales. Ciencias sociales. And that's kind of the same thing, just a different way to say it. All right, let's get one in general. A history word is historia. Historia, that's history. Now let's move into a science that some of us don't like that much, but química. Química, chemistry. Química. All right, and now for a little bit more specific math word, álgebra. Álgebra. Algebra. Now, a word for something we like, a lot of us like anyway, educación física. Educación física. That's PE, physical education, is what you're saying. Now, this is an interesting one for our current day and time when technology is big. This class, la informática. Informática. Probably the best way to say that would be computer science, but it's learning about computer operations and computer science. So informática. Now, this class is great. Economía doméstica. Economía doméstica. That is actually what we would call home economics. Sometimes now it's called family consumer science. But, you know, it's a class where you're learning culinary and keeping records and financial things. So that's economía doméstica. And then notice where that accent is. So you have to practice that a few times because it's the stress is at the end. Economía doméstica. All right, so practice that word a few times. Now, art is el arte. El arte. Okay, let's talk about languages in general now. Languages is called las lenguas. Las lenguas. And it also means tongue. So getting into some specific ones, obviously, first of all, English is inglés. Inglés. Spanish, you've probably picked up already, is español. Español. German, alemán. Alemán. French, francés. francés. And where those came from, Latin, Latin. Latin. Yes, there are still some places teaching Latin. It's very, very useful. Now, let's get a couple of supplemental words that we can use as we're talking about our school schedules and our teachers. First of all, inteligente. Inteligente. You can probably guess that means intelligent or smart. Now, this one, unfortunately, it's the truth. Aburrido. Aburrido. That means boring. Sometimes we get in a class that we don't think is so interesting. But aburrido means boring. And interesting, interesante. Interesante. Interesting. Now, let's talk about difficulty of class. First of all, easy is fácil. Fácil. And difficult, difícil. Difícil. Now, let's talk about required, because sometimes our classes are required and sometimes they're voluntary. So required, think of obligated in English. It's obligatorio. Obligatorio is obligated. It's required, okay? And you might hear this one when people talk about it. Popular. Popular, talking about a class that's very popular. And let's add in a question word here because we might can bring this into our conversation. ¿Cuántos? ¿Cuántos? That means how many? How many? And so a lot of times we're talking about how many credit hours are needed or how many classes are needed for a program. So you might be able to bring that into your conversation. Let's bring in this one, mucho. Mucho. I know you've probably heard that word before, but it means a lot of something. So you can say, I like something a lot, mucho. Now, also is también. También. This means also or to, T-O-O. So you can say, I like that class also. So see, we can bring in these into our conversation in all different kinds of ways. Now, let's talk about people for a second. Another question word that we can bring in is quién. Quién, who. For example, who teaches math class or who teaches your science class? Now, if you are talking about someone, you can say quién es. Quién es. Who is that person or who is she or who is he? But now, when we make this plural, remember everything in Spanish needs to match up. So when we say who are, we're going to make this plural. We're going to make both words plural. So we say quién es for who is, but now who are is quiénes son. Quiénes son. So we have to change quiénes to plural with an es on it because it ends in a consonant. And we have to change es to son, which means are, if you remember from our ser lesson. Okay, so quién es and quiénes son. All right, and just a few more words that we can bring in. First of all is mismo. Mismo, which means same. So you can talk about something to do with your class and then say, yeah, this is the same. So that's a good word to bring in. Now let's talk about the word todo. Todo. Now this word means all or everything. Now we can make this plural and we can also make it feminine. So you'll hear this a lot in Spanish if you listen to conversation. Todo means all, everything. It can also be toda. Toda, if you're talking about all of something feminine. Now you can also make this plural. Todos and todas. Now, if you're talking about, I take this class every day, you don't say every day, you say all the days. It would look like this. Todos los días. Todos los días. All the days, and it's all plural, so it all matches up. Okay? Now, the word for schedule in Spanish is horario. Horario. Okay, so now let's start bringing all these words that we've just written down together a little bit to talk about our school schedules. And then I want to challenge you to come up with anything you can ask or say about your school schedule or school schedule of somebody that you know. Now, let's talk about times. So if we wanted to say, for example, what time is math class? We would say, at what time is, now we don't say math class, we say the class of math. So it would look like this. ¿A qué hora es la clase de matemáticas? ¿A qué hora es la clase de matemáticas? Okay, so that's how we structure the order. Now, let's answer that question. Now, you can just say at 8:30 if you want, but I want to encourage you to always use complete sentences. My class of math is at 8:30. And I say that because the more you can practice in complete sentences, the more you become solid on everything you're learning. So let's use complete sentences to respond to this. So my math class is at 8:30. Mi clase de matemáticas is at las 8:30. Now remember, we always put las in front of a time. Anytime we're going to say at what time something happens, or that's what time it is now. The only time it's not las is if it's 1 and then it's la. We covered that in our time lesson before. So, mi clase de matemáticas es a las 8:30. My class is at, okay? And now that we have an example, friends, I want to go to some friends of mine that are going to have a little conversation about their school schedules.
Hola, Sofía.
Hola, Andrés, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien, ¿y tú?
Bien, yo leo mi horario.
Sí, yo tengo mi horario también.
Oh, ¿qué clases tienes?
Tengo la clase de matemáticas a las 8:30 con señor Martínez. Tengo la clase de ciencias a las 9:40 con señor Cortés. Tengo la clase de estudios sociales a las 10:30 con señora Rodríguez. Nosotros comemos al mediodía. Tengo la clase de francés a la 1:10.
Oh, yo también.
Qué bueno. La clase de educación física a las 2. ¿Y tú, qué clase tienes?
Tengo las clases de biología a las 8:30 con señora Sánchez. Tengo la clase de estudios sociales a las 9:40 con señor López. Tengo la clase de matemáticas a las 10:30 con señor Martínez. Nosotros comemos a mediodía también. Tengo las clases de francés a la 1:10 y tengo la clase de informática a las 2.
Sí, la clase de informática es muy interesante.
No, es aburrida.
Está bien. Buena suerte. Te veo a la 1 en la clase de francés.
Sí, hasta pronto.
Friends, thanks for watching the Language Tutor. If you have a question for me, feel free to leave it in the comment section below the video. And please click subscribe and the notification bell so that you'll never miss any of our language lessons.